Speaking of not in my town, oh my god, I hate that this is going on in my town.
Mm.
Your favorite YouTuber, uh Jake Paul, is undefeated in boxing, bro. He's 5-0.
What
This
is
dude
this?
is
What is
5
this?
and 0.
I thought this shit was like on some
Oh,
Borat shit. Like I thought this was a joke. You know what I'm
bruh,
saying? Don't mistake. I don't know. The
bruh.
new like Jesus.
So
Look at him. He look incredible.
yo, so and I give it to so I'll start all of this off with saying or whatever, all power to Jake Paul. I'm not fully mad at the dude because the dude is in shape. He's taking it seriously. He's actually getting boxing lessons and he's actually working on his craft. And he's not like, I remember the first dude he fought, I think was that KSI YouTube guy or whatnot. And
Right.
then it was one of those things where it's like, okay, that's going to be a one hit wonder
Mhm.
type thing. But then he like kept going and then he's been actually training and so on and so forth. And so now he's at a point now. And after, so for those who don't know, he just won his second fight against Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley is a former UFC middleweight champion, who is a great fighter or whatnot. And so, like, he did fight a legit fighter, and then the fight before that, he fought Ben Askren, who also was like a world class like wrestler that then went to the UFC and was like a up and coming guy in the UFC until he got a real bad like knee KO to the head, and like his career hadn't been the same since then or whatnot. But I say all that to say that Jake Paul, outside of the YouTube dude that he fought the first time, he's not fighting scrubs. He's fighting some actual athletes or whatever.
I've
But
been out about the game, is what I've noticed.
that's the thing. So Ben Askren was on a 2 fight losing streak and basically had left the UFC or whatever because his massive like flying knee kick that he got from Jorge Masvidal, and he ain't been the same since. So he was out. And then Tyrone Woodley, even though, and I got a video clip I'll play in a second or whatever where you can see the knockout. Tyrone Woodley is a legit fighter. He was in the UFC for years. He was absolutely dominant. Couldn't nobody see him until my boy, shouts out to my Nigerians, to my guy Kamur Usman, did that 1-2, whooped his ass wherever, took the belt. And then Tyrone Woodley would proceed to lose his next 4 fights in the UFC before his contract ended and he left.
Mm.
So it's kind of twofold where with Jay or with Ben and with Tyrone, both of them were in the UFC, but both of them were on multi-fight losing streaks before they left. And the other part for people who don't like know fighting or whatever and all that, Ben and Tyrone. Oh yeah, see, so I'm trying to help you out, Papo. So so for the people, or so for Tyrone and for Ben, the other thing that a lot of people don't know is that the two of them were wrestlers. And that's the thing with UFC is in UFC, it's mixed martial arts. So you could bring any type of fighting style into the UFC. I can tell you right now, boxing doesn't work in the UFC because boxing, you're only using your hands.
There's
You
too
got to
many
be able,
counters for that shit.
you got to use your whole body. So you have a lot of wrestlers who get in the UFC and they're absolutely dominant. But these guys don't throw hands. They wrestle. They wrestle you down to the ground. They tire you out. They throw you in a chokehold. They choke you out. So I say all that to say that while Jake Paul hasn't fought some, bums from some YMCA, if you will, he's
He ain't
not
fighting
also fighting
strikers.
boxers. He's not fighting no strikers.
That's what I noticed with his, because he's been winning by knockout, has he not? Has he not been winning by knockout each one of these shows?
So KSI, I can't remember. Nate Robinson, he knocked out, but Nate Robinson was a basketball player. Ben Askren, he knocked out, and the Ben Askren knockout looked a little fake to me. And then the first time he beat Tyrone, it was a decision. It came down to a decision.
Mhm.
But this time when he fought uh Tyrone, no, he knocked this nigga the fuck out. I'm gonna go ahead and I got the video. I'm not gonna play
Cue
the
the Eric.
audio.
I was gonna say
Uh,
cue the Erica Badu.
yeah, let me go ahead and queue up this 1-2 thing.
Tyrone.
So you better call Tyrone. So look at this. So he measures him up,
Mhm.
hits him, sweat all off the head.
Cold.
He
Cold.
hits the ground. Now, me as someone who watches UFC every single Saturday, I watch 7 hours of UFC. I know the fight world, if you will. This is real because he hit the ground. He hit the ground in a very unsafe way. If you're in same thing with watching wrestling, if you fall, you're gonna fall a certain way to not hurt yourself. This guy fell right on his
Mhm.
chest,
And
and you could
goddamn chin first.
he hit chin first, and then you could tell like when the ref puts his hand on his back, you could tell like the way he's breathing. That's him knocked unconscious for a couple seconds, and that's his body going into autopilot, sucking in some air into his lungs or whatever. This nigga got knocked the fuck out. That was a legit knockout.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the booty jiggled and everything. God damn.
It was absolutely hilarious. Shouts out to, I think it was Dragonfly Jones. Dragonfly Jones said the thing that makes this knockout even more hilarious is that dude is sponsored by Dude Wipes. So he got knocked out and he's on the ground, ass cheeks all up in the air, Dude Wipes, all on the booty, just Dude Wipes.
That shit,
Oh
that
my
shit was
God.
coordinated, brother. Then you know what I call
Oh,
conspiracy because that's too good of product placement. Now, yo,
just right on the cheeks.
what's man? What did I? So Jake Paul, he's from out here, right? Is that why you were saying that?
So that's a good question. So I don't know if they're from out here, but I know they
Like
have a house out
Scottsdale.
here
Okay,
because when the
his
civil unrest was going on.
his
Oh,
dumb ass
that where
was
you
there
going?
fucking shoplifting for the goddamn Paradise Valley Mall, out of all
Yeah,
places. Oh yeah, it's in solidarity, brother. You're fucking stealing some goddamn Nikes. You're stealing
yeah.
from the Asians now. It's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime now. It's a hate crime. Goddamn. So no, yeah, so it's absolutely crazy. Like I can't believe this motherfucking won again. I, as someone who's a member of the black delegation, Tyron Woodley has been traded. I don't care what race wants to pick him up as a free agent, but he is no longer a Negro. He literally, what makes it so bad was he lost that first fight by decision. And he was like, no, I can beat you. I can beat you. And then Jake Paul was like, I'll fight you again. But in order to fight you, you got to get my name tattooed on your body. So
Oh,
Tyron
was it for
Woodley,
real? That was for
yes.
real, right? Okay.
So Tyrone Woodley on his middle finger got tattooed, I love Jake Paul. So you got this white man's name tattooed on your finger and you let him knock you out? Bruh, bruh. Wherever Tiger Woods went, you got to go hang out with that delegation. You ain't with us no more.
Damn.
You over there. You've been
Damn.
traded.